an autistic mama that's just trying to make a difference and spread the word, right? So my last video I did, I know I've been kind of hiatus, you guys have seen a little bit of shorts and things, was about my daughter being a Gestalt language processing learner. And I have her speech therapist, Faith Edwards, who I love. When I tell you I love her, I definitely love her because she has opened up our eyes on so many levels. I'm actually going to show you guys a video before and after where she is now. 2 years ago, my daughter was barely making sounds. So being able to see where she's at right now has just been beyond amazing. Now, Faith is taking this a step further, which I didn't even know that these exist, and you did a language sample,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So you're going to break that down to us and break it down to me. Now, this is the first time that I'm hearing this. I wanted to do a live reaction instead of trying to do something pre-recorded, so you could even see my reaction on where Layla is and where we need to get her at. She will be 5 actually in a few weeks.
Yes. So exciting. Well, I love you guys so much too, and it's just been really interesting to watch Layla's language develop just in the short time that I've been
So can we
her.
talk about, before we get into this, can we talk about when you got Layla and where Layla was at?
Yes. So I've been seeing Layla for maybe 9 months now, and when she first came to me, she's very much a Gestalt language processor. It was a lot of that delayed echolalia where she was scripting, and so there wasn't really much there's always something to work with. I'll always work with it, but
what I mean by that is that where she was 9 months ago, I couldn't get her to say I want juice.
Yes.
Okay, so I couldn't even get her. Now she's like, I want dino. Now we know dino means her dinosaur nuggets, but we couldn't even get that. And even though she's still, because she does the scripted and still considered somewhat nonverbal to limited verbal, it's still a huge jump.
Yes.
To where she is today.
Yes, there was pretty much no spontaneous and very limited functional language when I first started seeing her, and so I've noticed a huge difference. She's still between a stage 1 and a stage 2, but when she first started seeing me, it was just really stage 1. And so I'll get into all those stages. I took a language sample recently during one of our sessions, and so basically what that is I took an audio recording of all of the language that Layla was giving to me during our speech session. And so then I went home and I transcribed exactly everything she said word for word during that audio recording.
So how long did that take?
It can be pretty lengthy. It can take, it took me about 30 minutes because I had recorded our entire session, and then typically you might not want to transcribe the entire session. So what I did was I transcribed the first 15 minutes of the session and then the last 15 minutes. And it's very important that it is word for word because that will be important for how we score her different utterances.
Okay, so let's start with what stage 1 is, and then you can kind of break down where she was at.
Yeah.
In there.
So stage 1 Gestalt language processors, they are using that delayed echolalia. So immediate is, when you say something and they immediately repeat what you just said.
So what's the difference? For instance, we've been working on Layla to say good morning. Layla won't spontaneously say good morning, but sometimes it takes her a little bit of time and then she'll say good morning. But it's not coming from her, it's actually coming from us.
Yes. So that immediate echolalia, you would say good morning, Layla, and she might say, good morning, Layla, right after. So she's immediately repeating exactly what you said. Delayed echolalia is essentially scripting. So she might hear something that has meaning to her, and then later on she will just repeat it. And it might seem random, but it has meaning for her. So later on, she might repeat a movie phrase or something.
Okay.
And so stage 2 is when they start mixing and matching those different gestalts. So she might have the gestalt, let's go to speech. And then another gestalt she might have is we are home. And then
I've just been working with her lately, and I've been telling her when I pick her up from ABA, do you want to go home, right?
Okay.
And so then she'll repeat go home, but she really, I don't know if she's understanding what I'm saying when I'm saying go home.
So if she starts to understand those meanings of those phrases, then she'll start mixing and matching them for the stage 2. So let's go to speech, we are home. She might say, let's go home.
Okay.
And take pieces of those two and combine them together. And so this language sample, she had some stage 1 utterances and some stage 2 utterances. And so I just kind of broke them apart here. Okay, so for example, the first utterance I have is cat and duck. That's a stage 1. She's picked up on cat and duck. She knows the true meaning of those words. And then she started singing a song. I'm not sure what song this was. I don't know if you know it, but I know this isn't how it went. So she said, can you see? And then she was taking different words that she already knew and inserting it into that phrase, into that song.
Okay.
So she would take the little farm animals that we have. Can you see? And she'd pick up an animal. Baby ducks. Can you see a bull? So she's doing that mixing and matching.
So that's probably from Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel has helped Layla in so many ways. I know there's a lot of people that are against Miss Rachel, but I'm going to tell you that she's helping my baby tremendously. Now, we do know that Layla understands about labeling. So we know that she knows what a snake is, what a duck is, what a bull is. And so she's putting it together. Layla also learns better from music. So she makes songs on everything. So if we want Layla to do something, we have to make a song on it.
Yep. I've had to turn on my creative brain a lot to make a song to help her pick up on these new gestalts. So yes, very much lots of songs. Pretty much this whole thing is a song. She communicates in song most of the time, and I love it. So it's a gorilla. It's a cow. Counted those as ones. Because she knows as a whole phrase it's a gorilla, it's a cow. But then when she was taking these big chunks of phrases and then inserting another phrase that she knows at the end, that was at stage 2. So then she started singing to the melody of Wheels on the Bus, and she sang,
the baby horse goes nay, nay, nay. Okay, so we know the word baby. So she refers to anybody or anything that's getting on her nerves as baby. Because it refers to her sister. Yes, I know. So she'll refer to, the baby go wham, 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 wham. She'll say that over and over and over when something is irritating her.
Or upsetting, which is the perfect example of
and right here, baby go wham, 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 wham. So she was getting upset about God knows what. But she was getting upset, and that's how
Yes.
She refers to her sister.
Yes, that is the perfect example of a Gestalt language processor. She did say, baby go wah wah wah, and this was because the animals, she was stacking them on this play kitchen over here, and they fell over, and then she got frustrated, started to cry a little, and she said, the baby goes wah 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 wah. Super sad to watch, but she, that's because she knows that in that song, the baby's crying.
Mm-hmm.
That had meaning to her.
Mm-hmm.
So now when she's going to cry or she's upset, she says, baby, go where?
Oh, my God. Yeah, she's something else. It's too funny when you think about it.
She's hilarious. So yeah, lots of singing, more wheels on the bus. The chick on the bus says, peep, peep, peep. And then a couple more. Oh, so this one was a stage 2. She said bigger horse. She had 2 horses and one was bigger. Okay. So that showed us that she knew the meaning of bigger and the meaning of horse and put them together.
Wow, that's really good.
It was really good.
See, you want to know what's so crazy? I was telling my husband this, like, I didn't know language was this complex because I guess you just think, okay, whatever comes out of my mouth, I'm going to talk, and that's that. And then it is so much more complex. Like, Layla has shown me, like, language isn't what you think language is.
No. And Gestalt language processing, at surface level, when you're just listening to her, you're like, oh, she's just scripting. But this is actually such a complex way of developing language. It seems so advanced because she's picking up whole chunks of phrases and it's giving her a certain meaning or feeling, and she takes that and she's applying it to these other contexts.
So explain that to people that don't understand that, why she would be still considered in that nonverbal aspect. Because they would think if they walk into a room, she's singing, oh, she's verbal, she can communicate.
She's not functionally, spontaneously coming up with her own phrases. And so that's why when we're in these earlier stages of Gestalt language processing, it can be very frustrating for her and even you sometimes because you don't know what she wants. She doesn't have the language to spontaneously come up with these words like we do and form her own sentences to say, I feel sad, my toys fell over. She has to use these naturally acquired phrases that she has in her vocabulary already.
Interesting, right? Because see, like, even I was explaining to my in-laws, like, yeah, she'll sing a song to you, but she still has struggles with needs. That is why her device is so freaking important. Yes. That is her voice. So the other day, Layla was upset, and Layla went to her device and said, "I'm tired." She, there's times that she's told me something's wrong, and then said whatever. I mean, it's her expressing it. So this is powerful. Now, what are the next steps?
So the next steps are to just continue to provide her with as much Gestalts as we can. We want to expand on her Gestalt vocabulary so that she gets new ones that she can use that will be functional to her to help her get her needs and wants met.